Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzo and welcome back to another Skylanders Giants Skylander review. And today I'm taking a look at my very first water element Skylander, and it is the one and only. He likes to slam, he likes to bam. I like to nickname him Slamma Bama, the one and only Slam Bam. Yeah, very original nickname. I know. Don't hate. Please don't hate. Please don't hate. Appreciate. God, let me position him so you could actually make out where he is. There we go. That's much better. But first of all, one quick little thing. First of all, I'm going to move the portal of power a little bit because it's refracting even more light. But that is the concern, is that he looks absolutely ridiculously light blue. And he is definitely a very light hue of blue. But because I have a lot of light coming on this station here where I'm reviewing this, that's why he's kind of refracting a ton more light than he usually would. So don't worry, he's not quite this light. If you're like, oh, what the heck, why is he so bright? And even then, I mean, why is that a bad thing? But I'm just kind of pointing that out to let you know that because he's primarily translucent, which to me makes him very, very cool, and I think that that is an awesome feature. He definitely stands out from the entire Skylanders crowd because of the fact that he's so translucent, and to me, I really, really like that about him. Now, other thing that I really love about him is his expression. I mean, look at that face. He literally, to me, looks like a guy who's like waiting in line for a hot... Well, he's probably not waiting. He's just rushing up to the hot dog stand, just grabbing hot dogs with four hot dogs and just shoving them in his mouth like, oh, nom, 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 delicious hot dogs. And, yeah, it's very characterful. I mean, it's just, like, I love the fact that there's certain designs in Skylanders that just have, like, a very kind of almost let you know what this character is all about, without necessarily even knowing anything about them, simply because of the way that they look and just kind of like the expression that they have on their face. The other thing that I find kind of funny is that he's got like this giant beard. So I guess he's like one of the older Skylanders. That's very cool though. I like that he has like this really cool beard, and overall I really like it's gonna sound really weird. Overall, I really like all the hairy parts. That sounds weird. No weird comments, please. But of course, like it really is made out to be very well in terms of looking like he's kind of like a mix between like a Yeti and a water creature, and it's really, really neat and definitely a creative design. I really like the armor plates that he has on his shoulders, both shoulders, sorry, down on his kind of, I guess, belly, that, well, a little, like, yeah, kind of chest and belly, kind of the front armor, I guess you would call it. And then he's also got the same right here in the back, so very cool. Doesn't flow all the way down the back, but still it's kind of cool, and again, leaves up more translucency, which I definitely like and appreciate. So overall, he's very, very cool looking. But before we cut to gameplay of Slam Bam, let's go ahead and bring in the portal power once again and take a look at what he looks like once you place him onto there. Now, as you can see, the cool thing about Slam Bam is because he's so translucent, a lot of the light from the portal of power really refracts well into him. Like it actually lights up. Like his fists usually are pretty well lit, like at least these two, like this back one and this front one, just because they're so close to the light that it naturally just goes through it. So overall, he's very cool. I love the fact that he's just primarily translucent. It really makes him stand out well on the shelf. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at some gameplay for Slam Bam, and then of course we will rate him and let you know what he's worth out of 10. That being said, don't forget to leave your score in the comment section below. Alrighty guys, so now it is time to go ahead. It's time to duel. No, it's time to go ahead and take a look at Slam Bam's stats, upgrades, and of course gameplay. So let's kick things off with statistics. As you can see, I do have him powered up in certain regards simply because of completing different heroic challenges and such. That being said, he is also only level 11, which means that there is still room to go in terms of upgrading. But that being said, as you can see, he kind of obviously specializes in max health and armor. Both of those abilities is something that he's very good at, and to me, I think Slam Bam is a very kind of underrated character. I don't know what it is, maybe just because he was in the first generation. A lot of the characters that were loved in the first generation seem to kind of be forgotten because they're too old now. So I'm not sure about that, but I think Slam Bam is a very, very underrated character. We'll get to the specifics of what I think about all his abilities here. Speed definitely is something that he is not great at, but you can really take care of that with A, completing some heroic challenges to get that up there, and B, on top of that, equipping different hats. But the other thing that you could do is he's got an attack that really solves that problem very easily. But before we get to the actual attacks, first of all, check out those rabbit ears. Those are fantastic. That's actually a hat, so it's not part of his equipment. Alright, so let's take a look at his upgrades. So first off, we've got Yeti Fist, which is basically his basic attack. He is a close combat type of individual. He likes to get up close and rough up his enemies with his Yeti Fists, and he's got 4 of them, so watch out. Next up, we've got Ice Prison, which basically allows you to summon an Ice Prison, yay! And what it does is basically it traps enemies. Now the only thing is, this only works for like the smaller size enemies. You can't do this to like a root runner or something like that. It will not work, but you can still cause damage with this attack to them, so it's nice to have at your disposal. Next up, we've got Three's a Charm, which basically allows you to have, instead of 1 prison, now you've got 3 of them. Hey, the more the merrier, right? And then after that, this is one of those upgrades that I really don't use. Like, there's almost one upgrade on every single Skylander that I'm just kind of like, I don't really use that one much. But this is Arctic Explosion, which basically what it does is it allows you to have, once you have an ice prison, if you hit it or something like that, there's like basically a block that flies away from it, and then you could damage enemies that way. It is useful to have, but again, it's not something that I rely on very often. Now here's what I was saying about the speed issue, and he's got this attack known as the Yeti Ice Shoe Slide, which basically allows you to kind of have ice shoes and slide along the level, which takes care of a lot of issues where you need to move quickly or get out of a troublesome situation. Rely on this power up to help you out. After that, we've got Ice Knuckles, which basically upgrades your Yeti Fists to be a little more damaging and a little more powerful. Now here's where the path split happens. I went ahead and got the upgrade that had an armor in it. I've got a thing for armors. I'm like, okay, that looks freaking awesome. I want my character to look different than most people's probably will. So that's why I chose the main path. That's honestly the only reason. It was just an aesthetic choice. But there's a bottom path right here, which basically upgrades your ice prison attacks instead of your fist power-ups, and they consist from Deep Chill Ice Coffin, which sounds like something that Starbucks should be serving. After that, we've got Glacier Tactics. Deep Chill Ice Coffin basically allows you to further upgrade your ice prisons. They basically, as you can see in that image, they get spikes and such, so further upgrades that. Ice Prison now can also travel further with Glacier Tactics, so again, further allowing you to make those attacks a little more damaging. And again, what it allows you to do is to really kind of become a more long-ranged attacker. So if you're fighting one of your friends in a versus mode or something like that, you could go ahead and stay back and just use your ice prisons to try to overwhelm your enemy. But if he's really fast, watch out. And finally, it is Work of Ice Art, which basically ice prisons last longer and are more resistant to attacks. And it does look freaking cool because it looks like then the prisons become in the shape of Slam Bam with sunglasses, and that is pretty freaking awesome. I don't lie, like that I'm not gonna lie, that this is probably the one upgrade that I really would want to have be in this particular pathway. But that being said, let's take a look at the other path, which basically has, first off, we've got Brawler Combat, which basically allows you to have a little bit more playability with your close combat attacks. You have 2 new attacks now. You've got Ice Hammer and Spinning Fist. The 2, of course, go with AA and then hold X, or AA and then hold B, respectively for each. Then you've got Ice Mace. Now punch attacks do even more increased damage, so you become a very, very deadly boxer, and you can get up close and knock people out all over the place. And then, of course, finally, you've got Blizzard Battle Armor, which to me is freaking fantastic. It is awesome to have a new armor. It is awesome to stand out, and basically, as you can see, it allows you to get all those spiky things, and you can see the armor in just a second in more detail. In just a moment's time, I'll show you that. And then, of course, we've got 2 of his final attacks right over here, which it doesn't matter which pathway you chose, you can take advantage of both of these. We've got Yeti Cooling Factor, which increased coolness and can surf faster. So basically, increased coolness, that's pretty much it. But you get nice kind of ski glasses, ski goggles, as you can see. It makes you more awesome, basically. And then finally is the Wow Pow Slay Me, which now allows you to upgrade your surfing board from a surfing board into like a full-blown sleigh. So it is fantastic, especially if you use Slam Bam during the Christmas months. It is really awesome to play as Slam Bam. So as you can see, there's kind of a good perspective of the armor. You can see kind of the chest piece right there, the shoulder pads and everything. He looks like an awesome kind of football player, and then the bunny ears are just fantastic as well. So we're gonna make our way up here, and we're gonna get going to show some gameplay, shall we? So here we go. Yes, I do want to try a battle. Let's go, Brock. Don't waste my time, my friend. So here we go. Stop the spell again. Of course, our battle arena of choice for showcasing gameplay. And here we go. So, first off, let's take a look at just the basic kind of attack, which is, of course, our punching ability. And again, it will do a ton more damage than it would if you were to just get Slam Bam right now, simply because, again, it's been upgraded. But as you can see, it is very powerful. Basically, he throws one punch, well, with 2 fists. He throws 1 punch each. And it is very effective even against the stronger of enemies, so it's a very, very useful tool to have and very powerful. Now let's take a look at some of those combos, remember? So we've got that first, and then we've got that spinning fist attack, so there's the spinning, and then this was the other one, which I always forget what it's called. It's like ice something, but it is very powerful. The only thing about it is that it takes it 1 slight second to charge, so just be on the lookout with that. Now here's our Slay attack, and as you can see, you can slide for a relatively good amount of time. I mean, yes, it's not endless or anything like that, but if you're in a tight situation, if you're being chased by some sort of tough creatures and you're playing on nightmare mode, or you're playing against one of your friends, it is awesome to have that there. Honestly, it is a very, very cool tool to have, and it will help you out. Now, the other thing is that you could also use it offensively. For example, run over all these chompies. It's not a very nice thing to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do, especially if you're Slam Bam. Alrighty, so that's that. So now we've showcased kind of both the attacks in terms of our sliding ability, and we've shown our ability to slide out of harm's way with our Slay, which of course, again, it's a built-up progress with the upgrades, meaning that, yes, the Slay is cool, but it's not the first upgrade you get. You have to get first the ice shoes, then you have to get the surfing thing, and then you would have to get the Slay. So it's kind of a building process. It's a building block type situation, and you really have to work at it. So now let's take a look at the final attack, which is, of course, the Ice Prisons. As you can see, they're a little thicker for me than they would be for you at the beginning, simply because they've been more upgraded at this point. So, what the heck happened? Oh, I've let in... I'm like, what the heck happened? That was odd. Okay, but, okay, I'm sure Brock sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. No. I'll just show you the last 2 attacks. There's not much to showcase in that regard anyway already. We've only got the Ice Prisons to showcase, which honestly I don't use that often. That's why I didn't go with them either. But as you can see, basically what the Ice Prisons do is they set up these blocks, and once they've been set up, you could freeze your enemies within them, so that's definitely useful to slow guys down. If there's a ton of enemies that are trying to overwhelm you, you could just, try to freeze a couple of them real quick, and there you go. And now you can deal with some of the other enemies, and then come back around and smash these prisons to cause some mayhem. So definitely a very useful tool to have at your disposal. Why do I keep saying exposal? I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. At your disposal. With Slamabama Alabama. So he's a fantastic figure. Honestly, I think he's very underrated. I think he doesn't really have a ton of weaknesses. The only thing about him is, of course, that he is not a brand new character. That, I guess, that would be his weakness. But other than that, I mean, he's very useful. He's saved me in a ton of tight situations. He's very, very strong. He can take a good amount of damage as well. So he's just a very well-balanced figure, which is why I'm going to go ahead and give Slamabama a solid 8 out of 10. So, that being said, guys, I'd love to hear what you guys think about Slam Bam in the comment section below, both if you own him or if you simply watch this video review. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think he deserves an 8 out of 10? Does he not? Put it in the comment section below. Is he your favorite? Is he not? Let me know what your rating is for Slam Bam based on his abilities, appearance, and, of course, his toy counterpart. Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review for another Skylanders figurine, or Skylanders Giants figurine, I should say. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, again, hit that like button, subscribe, share the videos, and favorite the videos. Don't miss out on any future reviews, and, of course, you could always leave in the comment section below suggestions for what other Skylanders you would like to see reviewed. I'll catch you guys next time. Blitzering out, and I'll see you later.